posted March 10, 2019, 9 hours 0 minutes and 21 seconds long before red and yellow flags were planted on beaches at the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. Surf lifesaving in Queensland originated from a need to watch over people in the Brisbane River. When the first Europeans came to Queensland, most of them couldn't swim and they were afraid of the water. Historian Helen Gregory said, "Still water lifesaving was the earliest form of lifesaving that came to Queensland. The rivers became useful, and places, especially in the Brisbane River, were fenced off and formed swimming baths. During the early 19th century, many homes didn't have bathrooms, so residents would bathe in those areas along the river. They were segregated between men and women, but gradually people wanted to swim and enjoy the water, but there were drownings," Ms. Gregory told ABC Radio Brisbane's Emma Griffiths. Swimming for joy sparked need for lifesaving. The Royal Lifesaving Society was established in England in 1896 to teach people how to save others who had fallen into water or had gone for a swim and ran into trouble. Within 10 years, a branch was established in Queensland due to the increased popularity of swimming for enjoyment. They sent people around the state to teach people basic skills, the 3 R's: rescue, release and resuscitation, Ms. Gregory said. In 1905, a trainer named Colonial Rock came from Sydney to Brisbane to train women as lifesavers and not just men. For that era it was groundbreaking to involve women, yet they were supposed to wear their 47 articles of clothing while in the water, which was rather adventurous for then. Ms. Gregory added that in 1908 there was also a branch of the Royal Lifesaving Society established in Rockhampton. It was a surprising move, as many crocodiles called the Fitzroy River home, but the residents were undeterred. Hide naked legs and ankles. Ms. Gregory said in the early days, there was a ban on daylight swimming so that people did not see each other's naked legs and ankles. The local governments got into the act and they could control the swimming and what you could and couldn't wear, she said. They even implemented what swimming costumes could be worn and segregate bathing from men at certain times and women at others. In 1908 surf lifesaving began on the beaches in Queensland as more and more people wanted to swim in the surf. The first volunteer surf lifesaving club began in Sydney a year earlier in 1907. Before flotation devices, rescuers would have a seatbelt over their bodies and be attached to a line on the beach as they went to the aid of swimmers. It was called the Old Reel, Line and Belt and was brought to Brisbane by dentist Harold Bennett, Ms. Gregory said, so there were qualified lifesavers on Greenmount Beach at the Gold Coast and Maroochydore, which was then known as the Maroochy Heads. They installed the life-saving apparatus on the beach, but many at the time didn't know exactly what it was. Clubs emerged with help from the Burbs. Maroochy Heads Surf Club was formed and then others at Southport and Kirra followed in 1916. When the Maroochydore Club first opened they performed 5 rescues on their very first day, so clearly there was a need for that, Ms. Gregory said. She added that one particular club was a combination of city and coast, the Burleigh Mowbray Park Club. Although Mowbray Park is in Brisbane, the training would happen in the Mowbray Park pool before they went on duties at Burleigh Heads. In a funny way, this untied still water activity and life-saving united with the surf. She added that it took a few decades for things to become more formalized and school students began earning their bronze medallions. Today, Surf Lifesaving Australia includes Masters, Juniors and Nippers as part of its clubs throughout the country, or until 1953 we followed the English manual and it wasn't until then that the Australian manual came out and it was very similar and formal, Ms. Gregory said. Students in the 1950s probably remember earning their bronze medallion, where you had to simulate a rescue and that was based on the new manual. Topics: history, surf lifesaving, sport, community and society. Brisbane 4000, Southport 4215, Maroochydore 4558, Rockhampton 4700.